Well, since the battery for the 83 Shadow is definitely most likely dead, here's our new T battery. And everybody's favorite thing is to fill this up. So the first thing, this is actually charged and dry. So what we need to do is put the acid in each cell. As you can see, there are 6 cells. And they said pull this off for venting. And actually, I pulled it off a little bit ago and it let out a psst. So we obviously need to get that off. Pull all these caps off. This tells you to remove that sealed tube before filling with acid. So we did that. Okay, let's stick that on the fill tube or the seal, whatever. Anyway, there it is. Now, twist these off. I'm gonna grab a little pliers to pull all those off. And then we'll open up the acid here. And I guess we'll just, what is this? This is the filler, so we'll cut the end off there. And actually it didn't come with this tube. I don't know if they forgot to send this or not, but there's some acid left over from another one. A little bit in there, but at least I have this little tube I can stick on the end and dump it in. So we'll go ahead and fill these up to the upper line, and then we gotta let it sit for a little while. Let it all settle out, and they recommend to let it sit for a little while before you charge it. So we'll give it a quick charge once it's filled up until it's fully ready, and we'll throw it in, and hopefully it's all the battery that bike needs. I'm not sure how easy it is to pick this up on camera. Actually, I think you can see pretty well. I like to put a light behind the battery because it's really hard for me to see the levels as you go, but you can see this is settling out a little bit. We're at the lower line here, way down here. This needs to come up to the upper line. And then this one's pretty good. This one's down here. This one, I can't exactly tell where those are, but we'll tell when we fill them. But right now we need to top off this middle one for sure. And then bring the other ones to the upper level. All right, I don't have to tell you guys not to touch this stuff, not to drink it, not to smell it. Just kind of let it go. I used up a little bit of what was left in my old acid bottle here. And all these guys are pretty level to where I want them to be. Allows for a little bit of expansion. And I don't know, let this settle out a little bit. And then we'll check it tomorrow. Make sure they're all filled up to the upper level. And that gives it a chance to set, and then we can put it on the charger. All right, guys, you can clearly see I topped off all the cells, and it looks like this battery is ready to be charged to go in the bike. Let's get a quick reading of it before we put a charge on it. Now, this is just putting the acid in. Let's see, change hands here. This is just installing the acid. And I think I can do this with one hand. Hook up the positive and negative leads here. They're twisted. All right, so got them both hooked up. And without any charge, we're at 1249, 1248, 1249. So we're gonna charge this. Should I put the caps in first? We have a vent on the side, so you're supposed to clean up any spilled acid around here. And then I'm gonna give it a charge. I'll put the caps in, or I'll read the directions. Let's do it that way. All right, read the directions, said leave the caps off, get her charged up for probably about 5 hours. You can see here, we're already charging and up to what, 80%? Yellow light for the charge. And get her all charged up, give her 5 hours, around, about, and she should be ready to go into service. That's when we'll put all the caps back on and throw her in the Honda Shadow. Here we go, guys. Battery is, I gotta check the levels again. Not sure if we're still level or not. Looks like that one might be getting some more sun here, some more light, but we'll check that. But as far as we can tell, We are fully charged up. Green light on the charger. And we should be good to go. Let's get a reading on it. There we go. I'd say we're probably ready to put this thing in. Fully charged up. We have 13.22. Just pulled it off the charger, so I would expect a little bit of drops. But I guess we'll let it settle out. But I'll check the levels again and put the caps back on, and we should be able to install it, start the bike. Here I got the light behind it again, and you can kind of tell the levels all look pretty good except for this one. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so this one's wider than the middle 4. This one's wider. This one I got a little high. You can see here. Look at that. So this side is a little high. The rest are dead on. So we're good to go with that. Well, now we have our battery all capped up. And she's not reading over 13, but kind of want to be around 1285-ish. The old battery on the bike right now is reading 1249, so at least it's better than the old one. So let's see if it works. Here's our new battery to the left, old battery to the right. They're both the same size, and the T-shaped battery, which, like I said, I've only ever seen them in shadows. Guess I used them somewhere else. But I'm dropping in the hole, and then I'll have to look at the wiring diagram, but the neutral light doesn't light up unless this wire is attached. And I don't know if that's how it's supposed to be. That's how it is right now. The other thing I wonder is that positive cable. That shouldn't be exposed. So I should do something about that. Looks like something caught fire, melted a couple things here at one time. So here we go. New battery, somewhat temporarily installed. We have to push all this back in, but I'd like to know that this is working correctly before I put everything back together. So, see what we get if we turn the key. No neutral light. Now, what is wrong with you? I think there's a loose connection. Will it start? Now, the choke, let's see. Do I have the choke on? I think the choke's on. Let's see if we get it. No. She doesn't want to crank. Doesn't think it's in neutral. Okay, well, something with this cable right here, because it's fine when I get it right. Yeah, I believe this cable, something's not super connected in there, so I just moved that around a little bit and we got a neutral light. So let's see if she'll crank on this. She does. Okay, well, that's something to look at. Now, question. We either need more choke or less choke. We have our fuel going in here. It should be in there. The question is she on choke or off a choke? Oh, maybe she was off choke. Let's try again. I think we should have started by now. We should have started by now, guys. Something's not right. Something's not right. What's this? What is that? A leak from something. Oh no. Is that a new leak from something? Come on now. Come on, Shadow. Got her wide open again. We need more battery power. Something's not right. Alright, I got her running again on starting fluid. But I don't know if my gas isn't getting delivered. And I don't know where my choke is. I gotta get that all figured out. But she's running on starting fluid, which tells me at least she still does run. We gotta get her warmed up. Gotta get her warmed up. Something's not quite right, guys. And it easily could be my fuel right here. Should probably hook the fuel line up so the fuel pump can push fluid or fuel through there. Like I said, I'm not sure if this should be on choke right now, but I might not be pulling it out far enough because, like, I can push it in, but yeah, we got to get her warmed up. But at least she's running again. At least we know that's fine. Give her battery a good charge. Alright, I put gas in it, so she fired up on the first push. So that tells me yes, the gas just wasn't getting to the carburetors. Now we're gonna let it warm up, if she's willing to do that, because we still don't know where our choke lever is. So if the choke was mounted here, choke says up. There, I pulled it a little bit. It's hard to pull without a lever. I think that's what's happening here. Need to get the choke pulled a little bit further. Then I think we can warm it up faster. Alright, so need to figure out what that wet spot is down there. I'm not sure what that is. We do know the master's leaking over here. Not sure if the clutch is working or not. That would be something we need to look into. It does feel good. That's what a hydraulic clutch is supposed to do. You're not supposed to have to pull it real hard. And then we got to start using the gas system. Get this tank to sit down there properly. Put all this back together. And I do not know what this wire is actually doing. Green wire into there. It has something to do with the starting system or power. So, alright. Got her running again on her own battery power. Didn't have to jump start it. And she's running. So happy with that.